Christmas Day 1999. Masked hijackers held 174 passengers hostage on Indian Airlines flight IC-814 as it moved in Indian airspace en route to Delhi from Kathmandu. We all know about the negotiations that took place from the recent Netflix series and how the passengers were eventually freed. But what it didn't tell you was the lesser-known story of how it was a determined Mumbai Crime Branch that unmasked the identity of the hijackers and their handlers and busted the Mumbai module that hatched part of the conspiracy and saved the country from the larger plot to unleash terror. Subscribe to Bizbo and let us take you behind the scenes into the investigations of Mumbai's crime branch. Do like, comment and share. 24 hours had passed since the hijacking, and Mumbai's Joint Police Commissioner D. Sivanandhan was feeling helpless for not being able to find a single clue about the hijackers when suddenly an unscheduled visitor knocked on his door. It was none other than Mumbai's great soldier Hemant Karkare, who a decade later was unfortunately killed on duty during the dreadful 26/11 Mumbai attacks in 2008. In 1999, he was posted to Mumbai's RAW office and his team had just intercepted a Mumbai-based number from Pakistan.
Siva, we found something. This number belongs to one Abdul Latif. He is in touch with someone from Pakistan. Do we have him on record? Any information? Any profile? Nothing.
But it was still something, and Siva wasted no time and immediately formed 6 different teams. One was directed to go to the mobile service provider to get call details and call logs. Another went about monitoring the mobile number round the clock, and 4 other teams were dispatched to locate the caller on ground. When that telephone number got active the next time, the technology of 25 years ago could only find mobile towers beaming signals between Juhu and Malad in Mumbai's western suburbs, which was almost like finding a needle in a haystack because more than 1 million people lived between those areas. But as they kept on hearing intently, they heard faint background sounds of azan and mooing of cows at the same time. Using this clue, the team combed every cattle shed near a masjid between Juhu and Malad for 2 days. Yet, they couldn't find a single suspicious soul out there. Meanwhile, it was the 4th day of the hijack, but the government was still playing tough. We are not going to give in to their demands. It was 6 p.m. on the 5th day, and the dejected officers who hadn't found anything substantial so far were going out for a small break when the phone number monitoring team saw the number become active once more and began recording the call in pin-drop silence. Finally, for the first time, they could hear a clear voice with only feeble background noise.
पैसे कम पड़ रहे, जरूरत पड़ेगी. इंतजाम करता हूँ 30 मिनट में. मेरा कॉल का इंतजार करो.
The restless sleuths waited for the next call from Pakistan with bated breath, aware that this could be the breakthrough they needed. 45 minutes later, the phone rang.
कहाँ ठहर रहे हो जनाब?
But the Mumbai caller was clever enough not to reveal his exact location.
जोगेश्वरी कहाँ? तो सुनो, शालीमार होटल जाओ मोहम्मद अली रोड पर ठीक 10 बजे. अंदर एक शख्स रहेगा, ब्लू जीन्स और स्ट्राइप शर्ट में. पैसा मिलेगा तुम्हें उससे.
By 9:30 p.m., 12 officers in casual clothes reached the famous hotel known for its nihari and kebabs, and from strategic locations outside kept their eyes glued to the entrance. A short while later, the person in blue jeans and striped shirt came out with the suspect, stopped a taxi and left towards South Mumbai. But the officers had their eyes on the man who had received the money. Soon he too left in another taxi and the officers got in their private unmarked cars and started shadowing him. The man reached the nearby Mumbai Central Railway Station and boarded a train for the suburbs, completely unaware that police were following him. Some boarded the same compartment as him and others the adjacent ones. The man got off at Jogeshwari station and so did the officers. But this time, the badge from the adjacent compartment shadowed him, lest he get suspicious on seeing the same men in the compartment following him. From there, an auto rickshaw dropped him at Bashir Bagh, a densely populated slum area in Jogeshwari West. And into a maze of narrow lanes he entered, leaving the officers in a tricky situation. If they entered, अंदर जाने में खतरा है. ये बस्ती के लोग बाहर वालों पर शक करेंगे. सर, ये देश के लिए क्रूशियल मामला है. हमें रिस्क लेना ही होगा. Galvanized, they silently, at a distance, started following the person into the dark, narrow lanes. Then he knocked at the door of a shanty and went inside. However, just then, a call from the higher-ups stopped them in their tracks. Wait till the hijack crisis ends. We cannot take the risk of disturbing the negotiations. So for the next 2 days, the 5th and 6th days, different officers in plain clothes stayed put at different locations, keeping a close watch at the activities in and around the room. On the 7th day, as news came in that the hostages had been freed after India released 3 Pakistani terrorists, the commissioner of Mumbai Crime Branch gave the green signal to Sivanandhan, who rushed to the spot with his entire team of commandos and officers and stormed the shanty, pouncing on 2 sleeping men and arresting them. These 2 were Abdul Latif Patel, the main conspirator of IC 814 hijack in Mumbai, and his accomplice Rafiq Mohammed, a Pakistani, who were rigorously interrogated. कितने आदमी थे? सर 3 और पाकिस्तान से आए हैं. With their information, the police raided multiple places to nab the other 3, but they had already fled by then. Questioning revealed the cliched story of a jobless Abdul getting influenced by listening to venomous anti-India speeches of Maulana Masood Azhar and crossing over the LOC in 1997 for weapons training in POK with the militant group Harkatul Ansar, where he met his accomplice Rafiq. 2 years later, the jobless Abdul came back to Mumbai as an ISI agent along with 5 others and rented flats in Jogeshwari West. A few months later, in the morning of October 1999, 4 of them hijacked a car in Malad, drove to a Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank branch in Mumbai's Borivali and looted 7.5 lakh rupees and also snatched the ID card of a bank employee, which they used to buy a prepaid SIM card with which they made calls to Karachi. Using the oldest trick in the book, a bribe, they obtained forged driving licenses from a motor driving school, with which they used to procure passports from Mumbai's passport office. Latif actually managed to get 2 passports for 2 of the 5 hijackers, Sani Ahmad Qazi, the leader of the pack, and Masood Azhar's brother Ibrahim Azhar, under different names of course. In fact, in August 1999, Latif's handlers in Pakistan, Harkat, wanted to hijack a plane from Mumbai's Sahar International Airport. But during a recce, Latif got nervous. भाईजान, security बड़ी सख्त है, नहीं हो पाएगा यहाँ से. So they altered their plan and asked their associate in Nepal, Yusuf Nepali, to plan the hijack from Kathmandu, about whose whereabouts the Mumbai police only got to know after using some strong arm tactics. ये नेपाली किधर छुपा है? सर पता नहीं. सर बता दो, वो मुंबई में ही है. Nepali and his wife were apprehended from the same Mumbai suburb of Jogeshwari. His interrogation further revealed that after finalizing the plan in Kathmandu, Nepali had also come down to Mumbai to meet Latif. The Pakistani conspirators also sent 2 ISI agents to Mumbai, Mistri Zahur Ibrahim and Shakir. All of them together hatched this treacherous plan, after which the 2 ISI agents also went to Kathmandu to join the gang of hijackers, while others remained in Mumbai so that they could update their handlers in Karachi about every aspect of the hijack, from government reaction to public sympathy for the hostages. Latif's and Nepali's rented shanties also housed a huge cache of arms and ammunition, most of which was provided by another Indian national, Dilip Kumar Bhujel from Kalimpong, West Bengal, who was also arrested. But more shocking was the discovery of a map of Matoshree, the residence of the Shiv Sena founder Balasaheb Thackeray, indicating a dastardly assassination plot. A special CBI court in Patiala in February 2008 sentenced the 3 terrorists, Latif, Nepali and Bhujel, to life imprisonment. While Latif is still languishing in Patiala Central Jail, Nepali and Bhujel were acquitted and released from jail in 2014 because the CBI could not prove their active participation in the plotting of the hijack of IC 814. While loopholes remain, like Nepali's and Bhujel's acquittals, and why the police team did not pursue the Pakistani agent in blue jeans and striped shirt, it still remains one of the most high-profile cases ever to be solved by Mumbai Police and should be mentioned in the annals of history when we talk about IC 814. Bizbo's limerick. The hijackers almost got away scot-free, except Mumbai Police wouldn't let them be. They searched the narrow lanes, had the culprits bound in chains. A case for the ages, wouldn't you agree? You will also find these sources listed in our video description section.